Welcome to my third sketchbook tour. This is what I officially consider to be sketchbook number 2 in my series of sketchbooks. This first page is the title page for this book. It's my Meet the Artist from my junior year of high school. I drew myself and my cat Tigger. I drew myself wearing socks and slides, the sweatpants I wore all the time, my leather jacket. I drew the backpack I had at the time, which I filled with my laptop, my school Chromebook, sketchbooks, and my school notebooks. At this point, I had identified myself as female. I was still struggling with my gender identity. I wasn't really exploring that at all. I was very closeted in terms of gender identity, but I was very open about my sexual identity, which is, in my opinion, ironic. I wanted to put my business cards here, but never ended up making them. So on this page, I was just experimenting with drawing this girl here. I didn't like drawing legs at the time. A lot of the sketches around this time get cut off at the thigh. This is my character Keko, and I wanted to do square business cards, and I was just exploring with that. All Might and a sunflower. I think that was supposed to be Flowey from Undertale. Do I smell a home bake sale? Space helmet. This was a little doodle of a friend of mine. This is just covering up the legs because I thought they were ugly as hell, but I put that on it. Some jellyfish, little turtle. I think this was a request. I'm not sure what platform it was, but I ended up redrawing it. If you check out my TikTok, it's pretty far back, but I was really proud of that, and in a later sketchbook I'll show you. This was going over the concepts for my first ever fashion design that I actually executed. So I was, again, struggling with my gender identity, and I know I didn't really like dresses, but I love things that are feminine. So I wanted to do some sort of top with a skirt like a dress, but open in the front so that it had pants that could come through. I ended up making it and it turned out really good. If I find any photos, I'll go ahead and put them here. Another page where I explored the concept for my prom dress. I came back a long time later and did these Spider-Verse drawings. These were June of 2019. I know that this was 2018 because it was before my prom. Just some studies and doodles, and well, I love these little faces, but it's very edgy. I was going through it apparently when I did this page. I like the way that the blue and pink Poscas look in opposition to each other. I love this little Keko up here, and then this was a drawing of my friend Jessica. This is by far one of my favorite pages in this entire sketchbook, just because I was really exploring the landscape style I had been testing out. It just turned out really well. I was very proud of it. Also, really like these down here. This is the beginning of when I first started doing actual character designs, thinking about stories. I named this girl May Bailey. I ended up giving that name to a different character later on in this book. My friend Jessica that I drew this. She's a great artist. I love her work. This is actually another drawing of Jessica. This is more exploration for that same concept from the last page. Trans sweater. But these are other girls that would be in the concept I was working in. I was thinking about just like undercover girls who in their free time protect a female politician, this woman. And this page isn't that like great. I did like this character. I think she would be very firm, very well-spoken, very beautiful, and she cares quite a bit about the girls who protect her. She spends a lot of money just providing for them and making sure that they're treated well. This is a dragon drawing. This is what it ended up turning out as, and I really want to revisit this one in particular as a tattoo design. I was super proud of this, still am. I think it's great. I have it hanging up on my wall in front of my desk. So just some doodles. I was sick on that day. Some perspective grids for this project, which I actually talked about this project in my last video. Here is one of the many versions of this. I actually love the way that this turned out. This page was done during my trip to the Savannah College of Art and Design. So I drew a bird that I saw, some pigeons. These were figure drawings from the tour that we had. The students got a chance to go actually participate in a class. This ostrich with its legs sticking up. These faces are pretty good. I was really bad at drawing profiles, but I really wanted to be good at it, so this is just experimentation for that. I love the cedar waxwing. I don't give it enough attention. I was also trying to draw men. Honestly, this one turned out really well. This one turned out pretty good. Some more profile exploration, and if you saw my last video, you'd know that this is my character Pinky. I love this one. You can't really see it, but it's just like exploding with power. This is another one of my favorite pages in the book just because it's so silly. I mean, there's a human head on a bird body, toucan head on a businessman. This one turned out really cute. This one is adorable. Curse. I really like this long chicken here. Still didn't like the face on this, but the body turned out pretty decent considering. These were some studies from class. I know that this was Mateo, one of my friends at the time, and then this was Jessica. Again, I drew this specifically when the Caravan Palace music video for their song Miracle came out, and wow, I loved that video. I watched it in class before it got censored by YouTube. This right here was just some exploration for a plexiglass layered painting I did. I was just being silly. I drew this kiwi blind. I drew this one with my foot. I drew this one with my left hand. I drew this with my right hand. I drew this with my mouth. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. I love the pole dancing kiwi and the long leg fishnet type kiwi. Alright, here's that idea again. This was the size of the plexiglass I was using, and I'll insert a photo of the finished project here. Originally, the idea was to just layer a bunch of things on top of each other, but I ended up just doing a space theme one, and it ended up winning the first place prize at the Denver County Fair. Alright, so this was me exploring some ideas for my own personal spider sona, and honestly, this is like the best anatomy I've ever had, the best line work I've ever had, best design in general. Feel free to pause and read through this, but I am going to just skip past it. More exploration of that spider sona, working through the colors. Another Pfeffery redraw. This was in an older sketchbook. I just cut it out and put it in here. A cover for my sketchbook 2.5. Just some studies. I drew this bee, and I actually have this tattooed on my sternum. This is the final concept I came up with for that sketchbook 2.5. But I just wanted to mirror it, so I only drew half of it. These were furry art commissions. This is me in my prom dress minus the lace applique, but this actually is pretty darn close to what the final thing looked like. This was my one and only mermaid drawing, Wooloo, and Wooloo is a human. I really loved this Wooloo drawing I did. And this was a commission, landscape commission with a squirrel character. In one of my sketchbooks at the time, I was working in a smaller format, and I ended up just taking the sketches I really liked out of that and throwing them in this one. I actually quite like all of these, and I'm glad I put them in here. This is exploration for a concept I had dreamt about, and I created these two characters. This is Chick Evans, and this is Rowan Witt, childhood best friends with superpowers. This is more exploration of those characters and my own self-insert into the story with my short hair. Funnily enough for me, so I hadn't cut my hair off at this point. I still had hair down to my butt at this point. This looks exactly like how I look now. More of those characters from before. Again, this looks just like how I look now. It's actually fucking crazy. This is Chick and this is Rowan. Just experimenting with color and seeing what I like. Just some blob drawings, swatching my washi tapes. My friend Jessica had a corn snake named Ketchup, and I was gonna design them a skateboard with Ketchup on it. Like a week after I drew all these, someone broke into their apartment and stole Ketchup. This page was designing my D&D character for my freshman year of high school. I lived in the dorms at that point. My roommates and I all started a D&D campaign, but I love this page. I drew this my first week of freshman year of college, and then I moved on to sketchbook number 3. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. The next tour will be getting into my college work, which is where my art really started to shine. So I hope that you'll join me for the next installment. I'll see you next time.
Give it to me. Give it.